In the peaceful village of Akropong, there lived a kind woman named Akuudo. She was loved by all because she helped the sick with her healing hands. But Akuudo had a heavy heart. She wanted a child more than anything, yet the gods had not blessed her with one. Every night, she prayed under the big, bright moon for a miracle. One night, Akuudo had a strange dream. A giant python with shiny, golden scales slithered into her hut. Its eyes glowed like fireflies. "Akuudo," it said, "you will have a child, but your destiny will change forever." When Akuudo woke up, she found a clay pot filled with sparkling water beside her bed. Trusting her heart, she drank it. Months passed, and something amazing happened. Akuudo's belly started to grow. She was going to have a baby. The villagers were excited and confused. "How is this possible?" they whispered. Akuudo felt happy but also worried about the python's warning. When the time came, the sky turned dark, and the wind howled. Akuudo's cries filled the air. But when the baby was born, the midwives screamed and ran away. Akuudo looked down and saw not a baby, but a snake with green and gold scales. It was beautiful, but it was also a snake. Akuudo held it close and said, "You are my child, and I will love you." She named him Obifula, meaning, heart of the forest. Akuudo raised Obifula in secret. During the day, he played in the forest, and at night, he returned to her. Obifula could speak like a human, and his voice was deep and wise. Akuudo loved him deeply, but she knew the villagers would not understand. One day, strange things started happening in Akropong. The sacred baobab tree, which gave the village its blessings, began to die. The rivers dried up, and the crops withered. The villagers grew scared. "What have we done to anger the gods?" they asked. The villagers went to the oracle, an old woman who spoke to the spirits. She closed her eyes and said, "A serpent's curse is upon the village. To lift it, someone must travel to the forbidden grove and bring back the heartstone." The villagers discovered Obifula's secret. They shouted, "The snake child is the curse. We must get rid of him." But Akuudo stood in front of her son and said, "He is not a curse. He is my child, and he will save us." Obifula stepped forward. "I will go to the forbidden grove and bring back the heartstone," he said. A young warrior named Akropong stepped up. "I will go with Obifula. Together, we will face whatever dangers lie ahead." Nkem was strong and brave, and he carried a spear that had belonged to his late brother, Ikin. Obifula and Akropong entered the dark forest. The trees were tall and thick, blocking out the sunlight. Strange sounds surrounded them, but they pressed on. "We must be strong," Obifula said. The forest whispered to them, calling their names. Akropong. Obifula. It tried to scare them, but they held hands and moved forward. They reached a river with black, still water. A spirit rose from the river and said, "Answer my riddle, or you cannot cross." The riddle was tricky, but Obifula used his wisdom to solve it. The spirit let them pass. They met Nzub, a magical leopard with 3 heads. Nzub said, "I will guide you, but you must tell me your deepest fears." Obifula said, "I fear being a monster." Akropong said, "I fear losing those I love." Satisfied, Nzub led them further into the forest. Finally, they reached the forbidden grove. It was beautiful and glowing, but it felt heavy with magic. In the center was the heartstone, shining like a star. The heartstone was guarded by Akwensu, the spirit of chaos. Akwensu said, "You may take the heartstone, but one of you must stay here forever." Akropong stepped forward. "I will stay," he said. But Obifula stopped him. "No, this is my destiny," he said. Obifula shed his snakeskin and became human. "I am no longer a monster," he said. Akwensu, the spirit of chaos, impressed by his courage of Obifula, allowed them both to leave with the heartstone. Obifula and Akropong returned to the village with the heartstone. The villagers were amazed and ashamed of how they had treated Obifula. The heartstone was placed at the base of the sacred baobab tree. The tree came back to life, the rivers flowed, and the crops grew again. The village was saved. Obifula was now human and lived among the villagers. Akropong became a hero, and Akuudo was honored for her love and courage. The story of Akuudo, Obifula, and Akropong was told for generations. The village learned to respect all life, and they lived in harmony with nature and the spirits. Each chapter explores the lessons learned, the unity of the villagers, and the adventures that followed, ensuring the tale of the snake child became a timeless legend. Thanks so much for watching. Please kindly request that you subscribe to this channel for more interesting African stories.